What it do? What is up, my fellow alchemists out there? How are y'all doing, bro? How are y'all doing? Hey, please, 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 do not be mad at me. I did go a week without having a motor vehicle perspective video, but I was going through a lot last week. I'm not gonna lie, I was going through a lot last week, but we back in, all right? Guys, I hope everybody is doing okay. Happy Friday. I hope everybody is having a very good week so far. If you aren't, I'm sending you positive vibes. I'm sending you peace, sending you love, light, and joy. Hopefully your week can have a bounce back. Hopefully next week can be a better week for you. But yeah, guys, let's just get right to it. So this week's segment, I'd like to call this things I wish I would have known in my adolescent and teenage years. You know, I've been kind of thinking, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm 24 right now. I'm gonna be 25 this year. I've kind of just been like reflecting on my life. I've been doing a lot of reflecting. I don't know if that's what you do when you get to 25 or when you get to your early 20s or whatever, but I'm not 25 yet. I don't know why I said get to 25, but I don't know if that's what you do when you get in your early 20s or when you start getting older, but I've just been reflecting, y'all. And it's things that I wish I would have known or wish somebody would have told me when I was younger, growing up. So yeah, here's a few things. One thing I wish I would have known is to love fearlessly. Truly. I believe that I was scared. I was really, really scared to love anybody outside of my family. Truly, because the fear of loving somebody and them not loving you back really, really haunted me growing up. When I was younger, it was easier. Like when I was like 5, 6, 7, you know, doing all that, it was easy. It's like, oh yeah, you just be nice and you just be a kid and you don't worry about all the backlash or all the things that could happen. But then when you get into high school and middle school, and then you start to go through, you know, bullying, or you start to see the judgmental people, the people who, you know, have been through their own hurt and are projecting their hurt on other people, you start to take a step back and you feel like, okay, no, I don't want to express love. It's so easily. I don't want to do that. Like I want to be giving love to somebody who's giving it to me first. I wish I would have known that it ain't got to be like that for real. You can take a chance on love. And when I say love, I don't mean like romantic love. I mean just the purest form of love, the most platonic form of love without all the romantics and all that. So that's something I really wish I would have known growing up, and I'm learning it now because I've been conditioned in that way. So now I'm unteaching myself that. Like I'm unlearning that ideal, and I'm telling myself every single day, it is okay to love, it is okay to express it, it's okay to be the mushy person in the group, it's okay to be the person who's just so like so soft and so like, you know, so soft and stuff. Like I'm telling myself that because that's what life's all about. I feel like you're supposed to love. We're human beings made in God's image, and God is love. So if we're made in His image, of course we're supposed to love. So yeah, that's one thing I wish I would have known, you know, when I was younger. I wish I would have never just kind of steered away from based off of, you know, how the society around me was looking. Another thing is, I wish I would have taken expressing myself in different areas more seriously. Like when I was in high school, I only focused on science stuff. And of course it was because I felt like that was the area that was gonna give me the most money when I get into the real world. So I was like, okay, let me just focus on science, forget arts, forget all that stuff. I'm regretting that. I regret that truly. I think everything happens for a reason, don't get me wrong, but that is something that I really do wish I could go back and kind of redo, because I feel like I really didn't give myself a chance to really, really see my strengths in all aspects, not just academics. You know what I'm saying? I really wish that I would have done that. and just express myself. Like, okay, I'm thinking about drama, try drama out. And if you're not good at it, at least you know. If dance, I loved dancing, I just never did it because I was just like, I don't know if I'm gonna ever have a career in dancing, so why try it? But I'm like, no, like, these are strengths that I could have built, you know what I'm saying, in my teenage years, in my adolescent years, just, you know, trying out different things and just seeing what would have been the best thing for me, or not even the best thing for me, just seeing how well I could have been at those things if I would have just tried it. So that's another thing. I wish I would have tried more things when I was growing up, you know, just put myself out there more, express myself more in different areas, and just been that kind of person. Another thing I wish I would have known growing up is you're gonna have so many friends throughout your life. Do not be heartbroken when you lose one. Like, dead serious, I used to shed mad tears when I would lose a friend when I was younger. Like, I used to be heartbroken. Like, you would think I was going through a romantic heartbreak, the way I would be devastated about friendships friendships ending. But I feel like, of course, I would have never known that younger, because I had to learn that. Now I'm understanding that life is all about change. Who you are friends with today may not be who you are friends with tomorrow, and that is okay, because I feel like everybody comes into your life either for a reason, or everybody comes to your life for a reason, maybe for a season or for a lifetime. You don't know who is who. Sometimes you cycle through friends. Sometimes y'all may, you know, fall out this season, and then years later y'all may relink, and people have grown and mindsets have changed, and you guys mesh better, you know, in the later years. So that's something I wish I would have not taken so heavy when I would lose a friend and take it out on myself. I would take it out on myself and be like, dang, it's something wrong with me. Like, why does this person want to be my friend? There's got to be something wrong with me. So then I grew a sense of like self-resentment a little bit, until I started to realize, like, okay, losing somebody doesn't mean it's something wrong with you. Sometimes it's just part of life. Like, everybody's not gonna be together forever, like, and that's okay. It's okay if you bump into somebody, you're like, dang, I see us being friends forever, and then years later or months later, or hell, even weeks later, it's like, it doesn't go like that. It's okay. It's nothing wrong with you or that person. It's literally just the makeup of life. It's just the makeup of life. So mastering detachment is something that has really, really helped me in my later years now, just understanding that, okay, nothing is really mine. Nobody is really mine. And it's okay if somebody comes and goes. I am literally, my world, I've allowed my world to be a not revolving door, but kind of like a door without a door, if that makes sense. Like, go. I'm not gonna let you just go and come, because I think there should be, you know, healthy boundaries, but I'm not gonna lock the door when you come in. I'm not gonna lock the door, because I understand that when it's time for you to go, it's time for you to go. And if it's time for me to leave your life, it's time for me to leave your life. And I'm not holding on to nothing that it hurts more to hold on to than to let go. So yeah, that's something I definitely am glad I'm learning now, but wish I would have known a little bit earlier on in life. But like I said, I feel like everything happens for a reason. Like, I do recognize that, okay, these are lessons that I had to learn, and it's okay that I didn't know them when I was younger. But then it's like, you know, when you sit down and you reflect, you're like, oh man, I probably would have been further along in this area or this area if I would have done this differently or done that differently. One thing I am realizing, I'm gonna kind of deviate a little bit. The one thing I am realizing is that it is okay to be your weird self. Weird, because we say weird, but ain't nobody really weird. It is okay to be you, however that looks, whoever that looks like. It is okay to be you. The one thing society has done a good job at, and when I say good, I'm using good loosely. A good job at is making people feel like who they are is not good enough. Who they are is completely odd from the spectrum of who people are supposed to be. No, who you are is enough. Who you are is the greatest gift you have to give to other people. Truly. That's something money can't buy. You know what I'm saying? That is something that people cannot duplicate. Who you are is the greatest gift you have to give to other people. Be just that. Be just that. If you are completely different from the next man, that is something worth patting yourself on the back for. Because in a world filled with duplicates, in a world filled with people trying to be like somebody else, you standing out is powerful. You standing out is powerful. And you deserve that. People deserve to see what it's like to be yourself. See what it's like. See an example of somebody just being their true, authentic self. People deserve to see that. And you deserve to be that. So, those are just a few things that I kind of just have been thinking about lately. And I'm just like, man, yeah, I wish I would have known them earlier. But then I'm kind of thankful that I'm learning them this early on in my life and not when I'm like 60 and 70 and 80. You know what I'm saying? Like, for sure. So, yeah, guys, that's this week's motor vehicle perspective. I am so happy that you guys have been tuning in and listening and liking my videos and giving me feedback. I just want to just take this time to send my appreciation to everybody who has watched the video, who has shared a video, who has been nothing but kind to me and just very, very encouraging to me. Like, I do not take it for granted. I'm very, very appreciative and express huge gratitude. Like I said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I hope you guys have an even better week that is coming if you're not having such a so good week. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love the people around you. Spread love to people. Love fearlessly. Seriously, love fearlessly, because the world needs it. And you would be surprised who you could love that needed that without even having to say it because they didn't know how to. And you loving them brings about this light out of them. So, yeah, guys, spread love, light, and joy. Peace to my fellow alchemists.